Matt, what's up? You're acting really paranoid, and that's coming from the actual conspiracy theorist.
It's just... the Deadpool movie is finally out.
And you're barricading yourself inside because you don't want to see it?
No. Okay. So you know how whenever I do a movie review, I always end up meeting fictional characters that are somehow real?
I'm familiar with the concept, yes.
Well, I'm just afraid that with this movie out, Deadpool is gonna try and force his way onto my show.
But isn't that a good thing? I mean, everybody loves Deadpool because he's funny and violent. There's about 5,000 of them at Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's all true. But remember the last time Deadpool showed up in our lives? You just caused World War III, you freaking idiot!
Actually, I don't think I was in that one.
You sure? Well, my point is, I don't want Deadpool to cause the apocalypse again, but somehow I feel all this isn't even enough. So, while I do this review, I need you to look out for anything out of the ordinary. We don't know how or where Deadpool could strike. Remember, anything out of the ordinary. Hey guys, Matt here, bringing you the latest in movie reviews. And today, I'm taking a look at Deadpool.
Matt, I found something out of the ordinary.
Oh, you're right, Rorschach. I'm not wearing a Marvel shirt. What am I thinking?
X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya.
So who's in this movie? Well, it's got Green Lantern, Inara from Firefly, the first Dario Naharis, Fred from Big Hero 6, and the rest. What's it about? Well, it tells the origin story of Deadpool, aka Wade Wilson, a former Special Forces operative turned mercenary who falls in love with a hooker and then gets terminal cancer. What is it with these funny superhero movies and cancer? First Guardians of the Galaxy and now this. Should I expect this sad stuff from the Lego Batman movie too? But he's given an opportunity to have his cancer cured and become a superhero. But he ends up getting tortured by an evil British scientist as well. So let this be a lesson, kids. Don't trust creepy government people when they say they have a magical super cure. Also, don't see this movie if you are a kid. The f***'s wrong with your parents? So Wade does end up getting a healing factor, as well as a pretty messed up face, and seeing as how this movie already makes a ton of jokes about how hideous he looks, I'm gonna try and throw some original ones into the mix. He looks like a flesh-colored raisin. Alright, he looks like an ancient version of Sloth from the Goonies. Alright, he looks like someone took Abe Vigoda, soaked him in pickle juice for 3 days, and then smeared rotten pepperoni across his old wrinkled body. Ah, flew too close to the sun. Also, I guess the procedure gave Wade the ability to know he's a fictional character, I don't know, comic book, something or other, fourth wall. So Deadpool decides to go on a revenge-fueled rampage against the man who turned him into a freak. But it's not just Deadpool and his guns on this one, as he also gets help from an old blind woman and a bartender played by TJ Miller. You know, it's weird. The last time TJ Miller was in a Marvel superhero movie was Big Hero 6, which was made to be a more family picture and aimed at a younger audience. And here...
Look like Freddy Krueger faced a topographical map of Utah.
Can't wait to hear that in Big Hero 7. And also, the X-Men are there! Well, it's Colossus and some obscure X-Men character I've never heard of before. But I don't care. I'm just glad Colossus is finally doing something in these movies for once. And it's actually kinda hard to make jokes about this movie, seeing as how it pretty much makes jokes about itself a lot of the time. But if the film makes fun of itself, then... then what is the point of... So final verdict, chimichangas.
Ugh, it's like you're not even trying with these ratings anymore.
Ah, come on. Chimichangas is an appropriate rating for a movie like this.
But it's not even chimichangas out of 10. It's just chimichangas.
Yeah, but if you...
Matt, what are you doing?
Listening to the voices argue in my head.
Oh, are we doing the Inside Out bit again? No thanks.
It's got everything you'd hope for in a Deadpool movie. Raunchy humor, over-the-top violence, and bucket loads of fourth wall jokes. And it absolutely makes up for the sins of the past. Instead of being a mute Baraka ripoff with weird tribal tattoos, Deadpool is once again the talkative merc with a mouth who under the mask looks like Nosferatu with a rash. Ah, so close. But it's not all humor. The movie can get pretty dark when it wants to, especially when it comes to Deadpool's backstory. And I never thought I'd say this about a Deadpool movie, but the romance was actually really good. Wade and Vanessa are an excellent couple, which is weird considering Deadpool's most prominent relationship in the comics is with death itself. My only real complaint about this movie is that the villain is pretty bland, but it's a minor issue. The movie's about Deadpool, not some one-note British baddie. And it warms my heart to know that not only was this movie finally made, but it's good. Really good. Ryan Reynolds has been trying to get this movie made for years and years, and after all of his struggle, it's just great to know that his work finally paid off. I don't know what else to say about this movie other than, if you like Deadpool, go see it. But don't bring your kids. Seriously, the f*** wrong with you parents? Oh, and there is gonna be a Deadpool 2, and that means that everyone's favorite Deadpool side character is gonna be in the sequel. That's right, Dr. Bong, baby! Well, internet people, that's my opinion. Take it or leave it.
Matt? Have you not been noticing the weird stuff happening around here today?
What are you talking about?
Matt, I seriously think that someone is messing with the fabric of reality just to screw with you.
Oh, that's just ridiculous, Rorschach. And even if somebody was, I would never catch on because I'm Matt and I won't let Deadpool onto my review because I'm the worst. Ain't I a stinker?
Gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya, X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna fall, then we let it pop, don't let it go. Come on, X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya, X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya.
So you know how whenever I do a movie review, I always end up meeting fictional characters that are somehow real?
I don't know. Do you know what he's talking about? Obligatory Stan Lee cameo?
I was the mailman in Fantastic Four.